lot of employers are saying that the millennials are tough to deal with once they are hired, that they need more old school skills. And we're going to get around to talking about that with Jim Wooden, a communication skills analyst. And we do observe a lot of different things about millennials and their communication skills these days. Like like we got like Jim Wooden, like is on the phone here with us now. And Jim, we're just talking about like the communication skills of the like millennials these days. They seem to have given us a whole new language almost.
Well, indeed. Good morning. Great to be with you.
It's nice to have you.
Yeah, there's no question the millennials are having a bit of a communication problem, but the good news is it's fixable. So that's hopefully what I'm here to do.
What do you see as the worst part of their communication skills, and how do you fix it?
Well, the worst part was, I guess, what you were exemplifying there in the opening on purpose. They need to scrub the vocabulary of those crutch words like.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so.
Awesome. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
You just want to grab them. When they say, is your seat okay? Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I said, no, a solar eclipse is awesome. This is just nice.
What's wrong with awesome? Why can't we be optimistic and happy?
There's nothing wrong at all with the word awesome. It's just any word that's overused begins to lose its meaning. We throw a couple of words at them like exceptional or extraordinary. Those are synonyms that can raise their stature in a baby boomer's eyes instantly by just improving their vocabulary slightly. So.
Now, something that invokes awe is what awesome means. You're talking to a millennial there, by the way, Jim.
This burger I'm eating right now, it's awesome. Actually, it actually is awesome.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, yeah, with millennials. Like it is awesome. But it is amazing to hear them talk, particularly when you go to restaurants, things like that, and just hear it everywhere. But
has always been a thing? Because I feel like a lot of millennials will say a lot.
Oh. Well, now that happens every generation, doesn't it, Jim?
I think in our generation it was and they've added an M.
Oh, okay, so it's gone from to M. And of course,
yeah, there you go.
Of course, Jeff Kirkendall has something that the last president tried to add when he couldn't think of exactly what he wanted to say, and he's scurrying now trying to find it because I didn't give him an advance warning on this.
If we
But other than that, that's the greatest orator of our generation.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
But how do you get these young people to try to upgrade their communication skills?
Well, you do an old school thing called teaching them, and so we've developed courses that will actually do that in a very short period of time. So let's just take their language. We teach 30 words and phrases that upgrade their vocabulary instantly. So, for example, they might use the phrase first things first. So if a millennial says to a boomer, well, first things first, that says to them several things. It says they're organized, they're sequential thinkers, they don't get ahead of themselves, things of that nature. Simply by using that phrase, they've upgraded their communication stature in the eyes of anyone, but in particular those that are older than them.
Yep.
And I mentioned instead of awesome, use extraordinary or exceptional. These are just a couple of examples where you can easily upgrade your vocabulary.
And Jim, the biggest one of all, and really cranks a lot of people, is instead of "you're welcome," they've replaced that with "no problem."
That one bugs me as well. It implies as though there was a problem or a potential problem, but now that they've thought about it, there's no problem. That is certainly not the way to come across. My pleasure or you're welcome.
Yeah.
Are just as easy to say, but they're meaningful.
Yeah, definitely so. Jim, what's your website?
We're at theoldschool.cool. That's not .com, but COOL. We're trying to make the old school cool. So there it is. And my book can be found there as well, The Old School Advantage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, oldschool.cool. I like that.
I like it.
URL. And Jim Wooden, thanks for joining us on AM Tampa Bay.
Thank you, Jim.
You're supposed to say no
My
problem.
pleasure.
No, you're supposed to say no problem, Jim. It's 7:30 on AM Tampa Bay.
When you need to know. News Radio 970 WFLA.